Making his way to the ring from Armenia, New York, weighing in at 220 pounds, beautiful, the Beast. From New York, weighing in at 207 pounds, the Chosen One. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 267 pounds, Dashing! From Salem, Massachusetts, weighing in at 323 pounds, Richie Demois. From Austin, Texas, weighing in at 227 pounds, Nate the Great. from Mobile, Alabama, weighing in at 220 pounds, Zesty. And their opponent, from West Newbury, Massachusetts, weighing in at 220 pounds, QAW Magnificent.
Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream.
here is your winner, Dashing! Making his way to the ring from Boston, Massachusetts, The Dream. Jessica Cole Hardcore Cashman. Bolivia. Smash! from London, England, Deborah Hayes. Newbury, Massachusetts, Lawler Bush. Salem, Massachusetts, Candyman Brett Mitchell. From Concord, New Hampshire, Hawkins.
closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Here, 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 here.
It's Saturday night and the feeling's right.
We are here at Essential Business in Orlando, Florida, the state where pro wrestling is an essential business, just like church.
That's right. We have to have our congregations get together and honor the time-honored tradition of bashing each other's heads in.
Bashing each other's head in and bashing your ears in. It's me, Buckley Swantoon, with your head commentator as well, Mike Mann. Mike, good to hear you and see you.
Good to hear you as well, Buckley. And that fist, as you see there on the stage, is modeled after the fist that we're going to hold up and shake very angrily at quarantine.
Fuck quarantine and fuck you if you're not watching. There, I said it.
Oh, I thought you were going to say fuck me. I was going to fight ya.
Time to reveal a little truth about Mr. Shakes before you hear it from other places. I've been in QAW before. It was brief, but it made an impact. A lot of people may be wondering where I came from, what made me what I am today. I made a mask and started mentioning Pandora in the box a lot more to seem mysterious. Then I'm more monster than man. Do not tell them. It's much more simple than that. I needed to find a reason to make up for my shortcomings, my failures, my mistakes. So I created a persona, one I could use to give me strength. You're weak. One I could use to help me forget what I was and focus on a better tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Through fear, I gathered those who used to scare me. Fear, evil, chaos, and pain. Around me, to fill my stable in the emptiness that I felt inside. All is empty. find my way into the good graces of some, and find my way back to doing what I truly love, to be far more successful than I ever was. But as I went forward, I found that there was solace in my anger, and I realized that the truth of my follies, it wasn't me who was at fault. It was you, all of you, but especially you, Diamond David Thomas. You and your generation who brought this out of me.
Tell them all, let me free.
This must be settled. Tonight, 4 on 4. I will not lose. With my soldiers before me, I will prevail. You will give me back what I lost, because the easiest way to destroy a diamond is to shake it.
Hello, Gentleman Duck here. You caught me having a celebratory drink. Yes, well worth it. Well worth it indeed, after me and my friend Fique itself. Put Farm Boy and his little horsey in its place. Put him on a carriage back to the farm where they belong. And my friends, my friends, creative control. We are gonna put the generation down for good and bring in a new era to QAW. Put us on top where we belong. If you want to know how we're gonna do that, just ask Farm Boy and his itty bitty little horse. It's gonna be a repeat. It's gonna be a repeat, and it's gonna be good. I cannot wait to have you all in my submission hold. The stimulus check. Get that for me, please.
Trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Generation. Now I'm back in creative control, and this weekend we're gonna bring you down, I guarantee it. I've been working in the lab non-stop, and we've got some surprises that are, well, going to be a little painful. I'm sorry, Generation, but your time has come. It's time to rise up with creative control now.
Well, hello there. I wanna talk about my generation. What people don't understand is that those who jockey for control
never quite have their hands on the wheel. They're so interested in self-elevation and making sure that everyone else is falling in line that it leaves the door open for chaos to grab the wheel. At Essential Business, the generation is going to find out who's really in control. That's right, and the clown is here to bring chaos, fun, and the unexpected to those who wish to be in charge of QAW, to those who wish to be at the top of QAW, to those who think they're in control, but in all reality are spiraling the drain. At Essential Business, we're gonna take control creatively. And you know it. Because we've been controlling your minds since the inception of QAW. And ridding us from your heads is the only essential business.
Creative control. I can't get over that phrase. It's what you claim to wield, what you claim to have over the entire roster, what you claim to have over me. All this bullshit. The smoke, the mirrors, the masks. What's it all for, Shakes, To try and prove a point? Because hope was taken from you. Because you suffered so much. So now you have to take it out on the entire roster. You have to come after me. Well, what the Reverend showed last week, and what me and the Generation have been showing for a month, is that you have control over nothing! You are not nearly as intimidating or mysterious as you think you are. Or should I call you Mr. LaRue? This Saturday at Essential Business, my boys and I, including Boston's biggest bad boy, we're not just going to beat you. We are going to lay siege to everything that you have built, Shakes. And I, personally, am going to expose you for the sad, scared little man that you are. See you then, Jacques.
Generation up top.
There is no mistake about it. These two teams versus this other team are going to have at it.
These two teams have had bad blood ever since QAW started, with starting off with Diamond David taking on the Clown at Total Shutdown, and all the behind-the-scenes machinations of Mr. Shakes. We're finally going to see a face-to-face here between Diamond David of the Generation and Mr. Shakes of Creative Control.
It's the showdown that these people paid hard-earned money to see. It's going to be Creative Control versus the Generation. Who do you got in this one, Buckley?
I really can't say. We do know that the Generation overall has a bit of a size advantage after picking up James Maloney, but the psychological advantage is absolutely on the side of the Creative Control, especially now as we see the entrance of the Nightmare Gentleman.
Nightmare Gentlemen making their presence felt as they are on the way. Huge victory, yeah, for them recently as they were able to overcome the Animal Farm tandem that was teaming for the very first time. Nightmare Gentlemen!
You know, just as I say that size advantage thing, we see Fear itself come out. Fear itself has absolutely been the most dominant force in QAW yet. He played, I can't even talk. I'm just so impressed.
So overwhelmed by his sheer presence and magnitude, he was able to stop an Armenian missile crisis single-handedly.
He punched that missile out of the sky.
If we had him built into our national defense budget, you'd think that we'd be able to, I don't know, fund better education in this country.
I don't know numbers, but what I do know is that Gentleman Doug should not be discounted either with his chaotic nature.
Not at all. As long as that caudal spot isn't hit directly on the top of his head, he's a fearsome competitor. This crowd being made to wait. Creative Control sinking deeply into the heads of both their opponents and these live audience attendees.
Seems like a lot of people brought the same sign, but here we go with the Doctor.
The Doctor is insane. Chris Kaufman on his way.
Bit of a darker turn we've seen from the Doctor. He's always had a bit of an arrogant nature, but ever since getting involved with Mr. Shakes, just absolutely, just what a sinister, evil presence he has now.
There's no more pepperoni on that stethoscope. Oh, there it is. There's no more mercy that comes from the Doctor.
No mercy, no Hippocratic oath for him. Only an oath of pain.
One could argue that he's a hypocrite indeed for intentionally inflicting pain. That's the type of thing that'll get your medical license revoked, folks.
Who dares have the balls to try and take away this man's license? You know what I'm saying?
I hear you. He might castrate you if you get anywhere close to his degrees.
Not again.
Buckley, is that why you're a virgin?
Anyways, let's just see. If this is a 4-on-4 match, I guess we'll be seeing Mr. Shakes come out next.
If math is to be believed, and while you're afraid of numbers and I can't read, I believe you're right.
We really do make up for each other's weaknesses, don't we?
We certainly do. We should get an apartment.
Sounds good. I'm very alone.
Excellent. My credit's terrible.
Hey, this isn't Mr. Shakes' music.
No, that's the clown.
Are we really seeing... Has Mr. Shakes again sent the others to do his bidding? He's not even going to be here for this match, is he?
Absolutely not. The general is sending in his troops rather than fighting the battle himself.
I mean, interesting play on his part, but you have to imagine Diamond David's got to be pretty upset about this.
You have to think he won't be getting his hands on Mr. Shakes directly, even though he's gotten his hands on the clown. Every member of the generation has been able to beat the clown senseless.
They have, but the psychological toll we've seen taken on specifically Diamond David ever since, weeks of a lack of sleep, a lack of sanity might really factor in tonight.
Maybe that's it. Maybe Mr. Shakes has been chipping away, eating at the mentality of Diamond David Thomas, looking to pounce on him when he's at his weakest.
Is Mr. Shakes even real? Have we been imagining this the whole time?
Oh, well, you should ask the Buffalo Tornado, Bill Sharon, about that.
That's true, and the predicament. Two of Shakes' victims.
Two shaky victims, and here to avenge those terrorizing incidents is the Generation.
With the most recent signee, the most recent addition to Generation, we see Boston's biggest bad boy, James Maloney.
And if you don't like it, too bad. Another one of those big boys you seem to drool over there, Buckley.
He looks great in that suit, doesn't he? Just tailored around those big, meaty thighs, that shiny head. Just Boner City, am I right?
You know, you are right. Two bald men stand across from him, but they couldn't be more different. One well-dressed and on the side of at least the establishment as we know it, and the other one on the side of pure evil.
Well, James Maloney, again, a little bit of a... doesn't necessarily fit in with the rest of the generation. It was a bit of a surprise add-on, but he sees Creative Control as, well, just disrespecting QAW and disrespecting the roster, so he's here to put a stop to that.
As Lou Bega once said, a little bit of adds a little bit a lot.
Mambo number 5.
Trumpet. We'll soon be joined by another member of the generation as each competitor, their egos not to be stifled tonight, are getting their own full entrances. This crowd could be on the edge of their seat.
And the crowd goes mild, waiting for the generation to come out. A lot of people brought their children to this event.
Well, as everyone knows, the coronavirus only affects adults who are prone to panic, which is how Mr. Shakes has been able to terrorize the minds of so many viewers.
Just so dastardly, that plan.
True enough. That one guy was super hyped. Do you see that?
I did. He pissed his pants.
Oh, wait. Oh, that's what it was. We were getting the scissor lift ready for Diamond David. And then we immediately tore it down.
It was already scrapped. As the generation coming out, showing their unity right now. The three of them coming out as a tandem, as a team.
As a tandem, as a team, as three men who are not afraid to pay labor to build something and then rip it down immediately. They have money to spare.
Certainly does. Diamond David really having to withhold that money in order to make his namesake, but his focus isn't on money. His focus is on the victory tonight.
Speaking of mind games, if you look at Diamond David Thomas's hand, it almost looks like he has a stress ball, but there's nothing there.
Very confusing. You can probably pick up one of those in the gift shop.
Oh!
What do you think?
Oh, it was a fun, visual illusion. It's a water bottle.
Oh, Diamond David with his illusions.
Maybe he's trying to prove to the clown that he has a few tricks up his sleeves as well.
You're right, this could be some kind of psychological mind move.
Drinking in that trickery. Diamond David here to compete not only on a physical, but a metaphysical, a mental level, if you will. The Mammoth looking strong, Wellington Arms backing him up as well.
Well, that very well could be, in that bottle, some secret stuff, like in Space Jam.
Are you saying that Diamond David Thomas took some of the talent of the most legendary professional wrestlers in the world today and put it into himself?
He very well could have. All the most legendary professional wrestlers and Charles Barkley, I think, very well could be fueling his abilities.
Shut up and jam, says Diamond David Thomas.
Look at the three of them. Generation, three men who say they're at the top of QAW here in full force.
And James Maloney.
I do think the budget it just doesn't allow for 4-person entrances here in QAW, unfortunately.
Totally fine. If you want to get James Maloney's feelings on this, then look forward to his post-show recap, if we assume will be happening again.
Boston's biggest, baddest wrap-up show. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page for all updates.
And if you love social media and following things, the Armenian Missile Crisis probably has more content.
Certainly does. And here we go. Generation going head-to-head with Creative Control as James Maloney and Gentleman Doug start off.
Gentleman Doug immediately putting down the bad boy, and we'd like to welcome Ethan back to the ring, having made a full recovery.
Good for you, Ethan. Looking good out there.
He helped put down some AstroTurf on the outside of the ring, which softens up outside action, as our wrestlers are often fighting on the outside.
I think that AstroTurf, the color of green, the color of money, actually made from all the money we're making from this being an essential business.
Hooray for capitalism! Whoa!
Whoa!
Gentleman Doug finding his way out of the ring in a very creative way. Bulldog to the bad boy.
Sneaking back in, Gentleman Doug, hard to follow his moves. And here comes the Creative Control's power, Fear itself.
Fear itself. These two men could be evenly matched if one wasn't fueled by so much vile energy.
Just look at the most chaotic Hawaiian shirt I've ever seen.
You don't want to sip a pina colada near Fear itself. You just want to run in terror. This man ruins anything floral. And gets draped over the top rope by the bad boy. James Maloney not intimidated by Fear itself.
As I was saying before, that size advantage the Generation has, it's still a great pickup getting James Maloney because Fear itself definitely the single biggest competitor in this match.
Without a doubt, a big drop toe hold there brings Fear itself down. Everyone, we've said it before, is the same height when they're face down on the mat, and James Maloney looking to exploit that.
Absolutely.
Now has a breast and a wing, just dragging around Fear itself like a prone chicken.
Trying to get that sort of a ring burn on him as he tags into Mammoth.
The Mammoth looking to tear into Fear itself. Mammoths, as we know, natural predators to fear.
The only thing they fear is evolution, Mike.
And ice. Oh, Fear itself with a giant splash in the corner there. Down goes the Mammoth.
We haven't seen a whole lot from the Mammoth other than his just absolute destruction of the Clown, and doing pretty well in that initial Battle Royal, but you have to imagine he's hungry to get in there against Fear itself.
Absolutely starving to get some manner of retribution or some amount of damage to inflict on Fear itself as they are squaring off, and looks like Mammoth, nope, looks like he was going to be checking out there, making up his mind. Oh, brings back in James Maloney.
There's a lot of stuff going on in this match. Everybody's minds are just racing.
It's like a David Lynch film. There's multiple levels if you're paying attention.
Certainly. I'm more of a Michael Bay guy myself.
Boom, boom. Goes the Michael Bay movie, and huge back body drop followed by a back body drop. These men trying to one-up each other.
Boom, boom, butt.
But, right into the corner goes Fear itself as he trying to rake tried to rake the eyes, but the sunglasses protected James Maloney.
Very smart move there by James Maloney.
Intelligent ringsmanship as he brings him into the corner of the generation and just hurls him outside, softened by that AstroTurf.
Well, what's he going to do here?
Green the color of money and the color of jealousy. Oh! Powerbomb right off the apron, the hardest part of the ring.
Right at the feet of Diamond David. You got to imagine he's happy with that.
Very much so. It looks like he was going to follow it up with a suplex. Fear itself reversing. And a huge lariato.
God, what can you do to slow down Fear itself? He just got slammed against the hardest part of the ring there and then got up like it was nothing. And then a huge gorilla military press on James Maloney.
Just pouring it on as Fear itself. Recovering almost instantaneously from that powerbomb. Oh, drops his chin over the edge of the ring.
Well, you have to give props to Ethan maintaining control in this match. You remember here in tag matches, especially 4-on-4, that interference from your team members is limited. You don't want to risk disqualification.
Not at all. And a chop block chops James Maloney down to size. Fear itself getting into a camel clutch position, but just pounding on the face of the bad boy.
He's not about technicality. He's all about rage and power.
Malice succeeds when technique fails, and what do we have here? A package pile driver coming up.
He calls that the hell drop.
Hell drop delivery successful. James Maloney, but no. Two huge men. It's going to take a lot to keep either man down. Huge overhead belly-to-belly suplex.
Oh, but Gentleman Doug's got James Maloney locked in something. He must be going for like some kind of a penny pincher on this side.
Trying to pinch the pennies of that very impressive looking soup, and Fear itself looking to lock in a nerve hold here.
He's like double Spock.
Anyone who's ever had an older sibling knows that how unapologetically uncomfortable it is to get grabbed from behind and squeezed.
Yes, indeed. It's quite literally the worst.
Fear itself trying to get into the mind of James Maloney. He's putting up a heck of a fight.
Both of these men are. Finally get tagging in Wellington Arms.
The bromance continues. Drop toe hold into a big bionic elbow to the back. Fear itself is in pain.
You have to imagine those two, yeah, they must have been working on some moves, really developing, like you said, that bromance. And then a huge punch to Fear itself's face.
Discus punch with that metal arm, but Fear itself shakes him off almost immediately. What's going to keep this man down? Oh, claw slam.
In Wellington Arms, he has that very, very tough metal arm, but oh no, Fear itself, he's locking him into the Nightmare. This might be it for Wellington Arms.
The Nightmare locked in, but it seems like he hasn't done enough damage to Wellington Arms. I'd expect Wellington to break out of this soon.
Wow.
Indeed, that might have been done out of desperation. Fear itself might be more tired and hurt than he's letting on. Trying to put this away soon. Huge belly-to-belly from Wellington Arms.
It very well might be. As as I was saying, Wellington, he has that metal arm, just undue strength there, but still, he's not one of the biggest people in this match, surprisingly, up against Fear itself and having the Mammoth and James Maloney in there.
He might be outsized, but he's certainly not outgunned as... Whoa!
Oh, jeez, Fear itself out on his feet.
A giant cocked right hand right across the jaw of Fear itself. And another big punch to the back. Looks like, my God, Creative Control doesn't know how to handle this.
Oh, Wellington's, he's taking him for a big swing.
Swinging away Fear itself. The best way to deal with anxiety and depression is exercise, and that's what Wellington Arms is providing for this crowd.
Oh, very, very strong.
Muscling him back down to the mat. Is this enough? No, the doctor makes a house call and breaks up the pin. Wellington Arms hurling the doctor out of the ring.
I think Wellington, he might be trying to set up for the Metal Hawk chop here.
Metal Hawk chop, begging Fear itself to get back to his feet. Oh! Fear itself shakes him off, though.
This is that double axe handle.
Sends him hurtling into the ropes, the doctor holding him and just choking the life out of the beard of Wellington Arms.
We're seeing that gross tag team affinity that Creative Control has using those tactics.
Underhanded, but synergistic, as Wellington Arms thankfully using some strong fundamentals to out-wrestle Fear itself, getting himself out of harm's way.
Fear itself has been in this match for a long time, though, as the Generation, he tags into Mammoth. Fear itself might be gassing out.
Could be. Slingshot into the forearm, knees across, and oh, huge elbow drop from the Mammoth.
The teamwork here from the Generation, very impressive, and they're isolating Fear itself. Oh, but then massive headbutt on the Mammoth, but they're not letting Fear get a tag, and then, of course, as I say it.
It's as if you were psychic there, Buckley, and that might be the only thing that these two teams don't possess is psychic power. You have mind games being played, you have physical brawn coming to bear there, chest across the chest of the chopped across the chest. What is happening?
I've been reading my own hands for years, Mike.
Sorry, got smudgy there. Chop across the chest of the doctor. Mammoth picks him up. Huge gut wrench slam.
And what's really impressive watching the doctor, even though again one of the smaller competitors in this match, just having that surgical precision, that very smart strategy in the ring.
Action with intention as the Mammoth just brings, whoa, pure animal brawn, but being isolated and knee drop to the back of the head of the Mammoth as the doctor soaks in the jeers of this crowd.
Soaking in jeers does great stuff for the skin. Look out.
You know, if you get a diagnosis from the doctor, you're not supposed to follow it, Buckley.
Oh, well, I've been soaking in my parents' jeers, and I feel great.
That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Just like this offense being buried into the midsection of the Mammoth.
Ooh.
Huge splash avoided there by Mammoth. And a jawbreaker reversal from the doctor. The doctor keeping the Mammoth off balance.
Oh, he's locking him in the doctor's order.
The doctor's over. Impressive, getting a man of that size over. Is this going to be enough? Is the Mammoth going to The Mammoth gives up!
Wow, I was not expecting that. Generation's down one member.
Impressive from the doctor. He has already made the Mammoth bedridden, and he is out of here.
Jeez, they were not anticipating that. The Mammoth, one of the two strongest people on the Generation.
Indeed. And just to explain to our viewing audience, this is an elimination tag team match. Every member of each team must be eliminated in order to leave the match. The last surviving team will be our victors as Creative Control goes up 4-3 over the Generation.
Well, Generation seems to have been trying to... Oh, big discus punch to the doctor.
The only thing that makes a metal punch more powerful is building up momentum and spinning in a big old circle, and Wellington Arms knows that well.
That's just physics, my friend, as he tags in James Maloney.
And physics dictates that a man with a lot of mass like James Maloney brings a lot of power. Huge combined power bomb. The doctor's down. 1, 2, but no, the doctor's not about to check out yet. Makes a big tag to Fear itself. Fear itself was clocked in the most time in this match. Huge clothesline to James Maloney. And another.
Pressing on the outside. He's got his energy back, as we're seeing now.
3 straight, and the bad boy is down. Fear itself brings him back to his feet. James Maloney counters. Scoops him right up. An impressive display of power. No!
Oh.
Fear itself countering.
That was quite the counter there.
All he had to do was just lower his hips, and the center of gravity just crushing the bad boy. Now he's looking to crush the skull of James Maloney.
He's like the mountain.
Draining the brain of the bad boy. Are we gonna... Oh, hopefully we won't see James Maloney's head split open like a watermelon.
Nobody fights out.
No, looking to split the ribs of Fear itself as he gets free. Floats underneath. Huge front rib breaker there to Fear itself. And now is the bad boy going up top? No.
He's cocking up a Superman punch.
A competitor
Taking flight.
eliminated.
And Ethan calling that a knockout. That's it. Fear itself is out of here.
He saw those eyes go in the back of his head. Now, Fear itself, Creative Control's biggest competitor. He's out.
The muscle of Creative Control is down as the Doctor gets muscle to the canvas. Wellington Arms building on this momentum. Huge punch to the Doctor.
The Doctor might be out now. We're going to start seeing rapid-fire eliminations.
Could be the action heating up fast and furious. Doctor sent in. Wellington not able to capitalize. Sends him instead into his own corner. Could be wisely trying to isolate the physician here. Forearm shiver. Whipped into the turnbuckle one more time, and back in comes James Maloney. Oh, rammed into the boot.
We haven't seen Diamond David get in this match yet. I wonder if that's some kind of strategy, or if he's just, well, maybe he only wanted to fight Shakes.
Could be saving himself for Shakes like a hopeful prom date, but here comes Gentleman Doug.
I've been saving myself for 31 years.
You know, that's admirable.
Thanks.
James Maloney kicks off the gentleman.
Oh.
Your body, your temple, and now, James Maloney looking to desecrate Gentleman Doug's.
Looks like he might be trying to knock out Gentleman Doug the way he did with Fear itself.
Is this going to be 2 knockouts in a row?
Oh!
Gentleman Doug seeing through it. Oh, and a huge Busenko knee. 1, 2, Diamond David breaks it up. He gets involved.
First time in the ring.
Shaking off Gentleman Doug with the Doctor assaulting the Diamond. Okay. Attempted drop kicks, neither landed.
They're starting to get tired.
The Doctor with getting flattened. Shoten Kai there by Diamond Davis.
But I think James Maloney, his back just gave out there trying to pick up Gentleman Doug.
Gentleman Doug, a squat, powerful 300 pounds, and bringing James Maloney over. But also gets whipped into the corner. James Maloney running out of steam here, but wisely tagging out to Wellington Arms.
Oh, here we go. This is, yes. The
Rocket launcher.
The assisted crossbody there. Those two are gelling.
They are gelling like mud gelling. This bromance is getting deeper.
Looks like we might taking the page out of Animal Farm's book. We're seeing a stampede as James Maloney's very excited.
Very excited about that. Is Diamond David Thomas going to get in on this as well?
I think he is.
It's a 3-man stampede.
Look at him go. Gentleman Doug just getting rattled in the corner.
His ribcage getting caved in by 3 meaty boys, and James Maloney very excited about this.
All 3 men are very happy. Look at Diamond David go.
The Generation very full of themselves, and a big drop kick to end that rally.
Wow.
Could they have been celebrating too early? 1. Yep, Gentleman Doug kicks out immediately.
Wow. Gentleman Doug not fazed by that at all, but it's a bit more of a playful side of the Generation we've seen.
If you're a fan of Magic Mike, and who isn't, then, well, Wellington Arms is putting on a show now.
Oh.
Oh, but Gentleman Doug makes him pay for it. Wrap around German suplex.
What?
And Ethan goes down!
The Doctor going straight for Ethan. That was a whole diversionary tactic.
What could the Doctor have against Ethan? Hasn't Tommy Jr. done enough to Ethan?
Oh my goodness.
He just broke up a potential elimination for his own team. What is the Doctor thinking?
Oh, and a massive punch. Gentleman Doug's lights are out.
Is this enough? 1, 2. No, Gentleman Doug not out yet. Surprising resilience is, whoa, the crown gets crushed by the bad boy.
Gentleman Doug, he has been holding up very well in this match.
Yes, he has incredible, surprising stamina as he gets, oh! The diamond tip boot of Diamond David Thomas busting him open.
And Doug's bleeding, he's getting it all over.
We do remind everyone to wear latex gloves and proper PPE equipment over the face to not contract. Gentleman Doug.
Always PP properly.
Ha ha! Ah, you're in jokes.
I sure am. I took a stand-up comedy class.
You sure did.
Diamond David trying to get either goading on Doug or riling up the crowd, and a big senton to his chest.
Gigantic senton. This is the first time Diamond David's checking in as he tagged into this match. He was helping a little bit earlier, but looking to finish off Gentleman Doug himself.
Trying to set him up for the frosty boot right to the face, and that's a knockout.
Two knockouts for the Generation, and now we are down to the Doctor and Diamond David Thomas. And where the hell is the Clown?
Oh, you see him on the outside there. He was getting his breath back.
Generation rallied after savagely losing the Mammoth. They've eliminated two straight.
This is the first time we're seeing this in Generation. The Dave's double.
Dave's double. The cholesterol of the Doctor sky high. Is this enough? No, the Doctor breaks it up.
Well, the Clown breaking it up for the Doctor. The Clown getting back in the ring just in time. Now they're down 2 against 3.
The dine-in hours are closed as the Doctor ends the feast of the Generation, and now the Doctor looking to rally.
Can the Doctor do it? Again, the Doctor and the Clown, 2 of the smaller members of Creative Control, but 2 of the most vicious, 2 of the most psychological.
And now the Doctor being forced to take a break on the outside after being hurled over the ropes by Wellington. Gentleman Doug catching his breath on the outside.
Now remember, there is a ring out in these elimination tag matches. They have to get back in the ring before Ethan counts to 10.
It's Ethan's favorite number, and he's just dying to say it.
We haven't let him yet, but he wants to.
He's a good boy, that Ethan, and... Oh! The team with the bad boy, the Generation, looking to keep the Doctor down. Wellington Arms grabbing the Doctor by the scruff of the neck and just sends him into the table.
These guys they're up at 7. These guys might get counted out.
Bouncing the head of the Doctor off. The Doctor, the only one wearing proper PPE equipment.
Oh.
Ricocheting off the corner there. We're up to 8. Oh, the Doctor being sent off of the bad boy.
He's just banging
This could be it.
Right into the feet of Boston's biggest bad boy, and the Doctor gets counted out. What a strategy.
The Generation very up on the rules, creatively eliminating the Doctor. Now the Clown, who has yet to score a victory in QAW, is he going to rally and eliminate the Generation?
Can the Clown do it?
If you're an odds maker, your money's on the Generation here. Oh! Collapsing the ribs of the Clown is Wellington. And a huge boot to the chest. You have to think, if Mr. Shakes was in this match, he would have, caused a huge difference for his team, but they're down 3-1.
What was his thinking and not getting involved in this match? Big elbow to Wellington's face.
And a huge counter shot there to the ribs of the Clown. The Clown might be on borrowed time here. These are 3 huge, strong men who are looking to finish him off.
Now Diamond David getting tagged in. He was probably looking for that tag. He might be the one who wants to finish this off.
Suplex powerbomb, is this enough? No, the Clown out at 1. Diamond David picking up the Clown. Putting the boots to his ribs. Oh, and a huge shot to the side of the head. Kick to the midsection from the Clown. Oh, and a short DDT. Is that enough to keep the Diamond down?
Clown is not giving up. He's got Diamond David in a mandible claw.
Mandible claw just digging his filthy fingers into the gullet. Ethan waving it off. No, Diamond David hasn't given up quite yet. Thought that was a near submission there. That would have been, the first black mark on Diamond David Thomas's record. And just huge clothesline to the Clown, reversing things immediately. Chop reversed. Whipped into the neutral corner. Shakes off the dropkick.
You have to imagine that he might have been trying to submit him, and He calls that the open micer, his version of the mandible claw. But now, with Diamond David in the corner, I think he's setting up for just embarrassment as he's looking to give him the birthday party.
Oh, happy birthday to balls. Down goes Diamond David. 1, 2, no! Those 2 stones in his pants are not coal, they're diamonds, and he kicks out.
Diamonds are forever, as Diamond David likes to make it known, and he's still in this. He refuses to go down, and he wants to end this with authority as he's setting the clown up for the Generation Bomb.
The Generation Bomb, we saw this earlier this week on Pandemic, and this could spell the end for the clown. Kaboom!
Again, Ethan allowing this.
I mean, in this circumstance, it's expected. 1, 2, 3. And that's it. The Generation are victorious.
The Generation making good on their claims that they were going to bring down Creative Control, and they absolutely did it. They only lost 1 member. Indeed, only losing the Mammoth. They banded together as a makeshift unit as James Maloney, the newest member of the Generation, but gelling incredibly well with these 2.
Here are your winners.
Mr. Shakes must be furious backstage unless he has something else in mind, but either way, we're starting off Essential Business with a victory from the Generation up top.
The Mammoth joining them for celebration, and that is the beginning of what we have in store for you for Essential Business. Stay tuned.
Ooh.
Apparently, we are living in a Looney Tune type universe because here we go again. Tommy Jr., I almost flat out, not even almost, I flat out don't blame you for taking whatever measure, whatever path you feel like you need to take to survive in this business. Because I'm quite frankly learning that being honorable and being respectful, it's not for everybody, and it's definitely not the best way to survive in a Shark Tank like QAW. The very fact that I am adhering to my own set of principles and my own set of standards is the reason why when I beat you at our first ever pay-per-view, I was so ashamed of how I did it that I had to walk away for 2 weeks, and I've done more time talking about being respectable than going into the ring and earning my respect. But I can admit that. You had everybody, including me, feeling like you had suddenly realized that it was more than just being everywhere and being everything. It was about doing it in a way where nobody could question where you were coming from. Tommy Jr., if you want to be a backstabbing bastard, that is perfectly okay, but don't you dare deceive me and anybody else into believing that you're something different. If you're going to be honorable and respectable, be honest about it. If you're going to be a backstabbing son of a bitch, be honest about it. So much like I said last week, I'm not going to guarantee victory here tonight, but if I do have to resort to the same measures to beat you that I did when I first faced off against you at our inaugural pay-per-view event, I'm not going to spend 2 weeks crying and moping about morality conflicts. I'm going to revel in the fact that I remain the only person capable of doing what nobody else, even the champion, has done. And that is beat Tommy Jr. single-handedly in a one-on-one contest. You better do whatever it takes to beat me tonight. Because now that I know what I'm up against, it's business. Essential business.
I know you're probably wondering, what's Tommy gonna say? No more talking. Talking just leads to me getting screwed. Only fighting from here on out. At Essential Business, me and Lloyd Legacy Sharp finish what we started. No rules, Falls Count Anywhere. I owe him that. He deserves that respect. I fight him with respect. The rest of you chumps, I'll be seeing you when I see you. And I will see any of you, anytime.
Essential business continues as we are essentially getting into Tommy Jr. versus Lloyd Legacy Sharp.
These two actually faced off backstage at our very first pay-per-view, and they've had a bit of an on and off relationship, but the recent actions of Tommy Jr. assaulting Ethan have just disgusted Lloyd Legacy Sharp, and he's here to, well, put him in line, I guess.
Like Obi-Wan and Anakin, sometimes when you try to raise a Padawan, when you try to raise a pupil, they just turn rotten like Tommy Jr. has.
Well, in this Falls Count Anywhere match, whoever gets the high ground is probably going to win if that stands up.
It does indeed. Now, just to clarify, the high ground in this case would be keeping your opponent down for a 3-counter submission inside or outside of the ring. You don't have to literally stand higher than the other man.
This is true. Yeah, there's no count out in a Falls Count Anywhere match, so we can see this. We could see them fight in the ring, in the crowd, backstage, even outside the arena if we were allowed to leave.
You don't think that dastardly Tommy would actually put Lloyd Legacy into or through a Dippin' Dots booth, would ya?
I mean, would he even consider doing that to Dippin' Dots?
I wouldn't even entertain the idea. Just such a horrible thing to imagine that much delicious dessert wasted.
Dippin' Dots, folks, our best sponsor.
Did you know they're not fat-free?
They aren't? Wow. So there is fat in them.
I'm here to confirm that rumor.
Wow. Oh, it's good to see Lloyd Legacy Sharp back, making his way to the ring.
The Legacy is here, and he wants to remind you to be quiet on social media at Lloyd Legacy Shush.
Lloyd Legacy Shush. Remember, respect the ladies, as Lloyd Legacy Sharp says.
He's a strong ally to all communities, and the only community he's not an ally to is the one that's Tommy Jr. serves, the self-serving one.
Just Lloyd almost taking a bit of a mentorship role with Tommy, giving up his spot in the initial Rumble at Total Shutdown to Tommy, and just hoping to see a bit of a redemption for him, but that's just not happening.
Not so far, and you have to think that a win over his former protege, Tommy Jr., would vault Lloyd Legacy into contention for one of 2 titles we're going to see defended tonight.
Let's hope so, but either way, we're about to get started.
And Ethan gets us started. I'd like to thank Bernie for filling in for Ethan on Pandemic on Thursday, but he has been fired. We do not have a huge budget.
Nope. So unfortunately, Ethan's going to have to put aside his grievances with Tommy Jr. Remember on Thursday, Tommy attacking Ethan backstage, and let's just hope Ethan can stay professional about this.
Professional, impartial, we have a lot of words that apply to Ethan. Oh, huge jumping side super kick there from Tommy Jr. Impressive. And a throat chop from Lloyd. These two are tearing into each other early. Crucifix bomb from Legacy.
A lot of emotions running rampant here.
Oh, Tommy Jr. suckering him in. Back heel kick. Brings Lloyd Legacy down, tries to follow up that move, but oh, half and half suplex. Lloyd Legacy brings Tommy Jr. down.
Lloyd, the veteran here. Tommy Jr. has not been in the game quite as long as Lloyd, and Lloyd, as he puts in a well-crafted armbar.
Cross arm breaker there from Legacy. He's taught everything Tommy Jr. knows, but Tommy Jr. doesn't know everything Lloyd Legacy knows, but he does know how to punch.
He certainly does, and he knows how to be a conniving little shit, I have to say.
What a piece of garbage. Just human bipedal waste.
Ugh. But hey, we're impartial, right?
I mean, we don't have to be. Ethan does.
That's true. Just don't listen to us, Ethan. I know you have your earpiece in.
If there's 2 things I can't stand, it's Tommy Jr. and the French. 1! And a kick out from Tommy Jr.
I mean, we all, I don't have a clever way to follow that up, so let's just, okay.
Careful with the wee-wees there.
Sorry.
Straight jacket applied to Tommy Jr. Tries to buck his way out of that, but Lloyd Legacy has him digging that knee into the upper part of the back, trying to choke out Tommy Jr. with his own arms.
Well, you can see a submission here, so Lloyd might be trying to wear him down for that.
Smart tactics this early in the matchup. If you can't breathe, you can't fight.
That's Confucius, right?
It was.
Oh.
Now Lloyd Legacy scooping up Tommy Jr., who hits a big Sting-style reverse DDT on the outside.
We have seen a lot of... Lloyd has really been going after Tommy Jr.'s neck here, just really trying to...
Slap across the face!
Oh, jeez.
And a chop across the chest. These two men just not holding anything back. Oh!
Big discus
forearm.
Jinx.
You owe me a Coke.
Or a Dippin' Dots.
Hey! Reverse DDT brings Tommy Jr. down. We'd like to thank Felty's Felt Things for providing the AstroTurf. Felty's Felt Things, when you want to play pool and look cool. Lloyd Legacy ascending the turnbuckle. Big splash to Tommy Jr.
Oh, but not going for the pin there just yet. Trying to wear him down a bit more.
Big arm wringer reversal there from Tommy Jr.
Oh, you think getting away?
Brings him over the top of the ropes. Oh, just digging the ropes into the throat of Lloyd Legacy. Tommy Jr. letting this crowd know what he thinks of them, which is not much.
Tommy Jr. is just not the best at making friends. Oh,
and coming after Ethan!
He took a swing at Ethan there.
Oh, Ethan, we're begging you to stay impartial, but I wouldn't blame him if he took a shot at him.
Tommy just goading him with a big super kick to Lloyd.
It's not enough to just beat a man like Lloyd Legacy. He has to also put his hands on Ethan as well. And now just taunting Lloyd Legacy from the front row, saying, like, oh, I bought a ticket to see your ass get kicked.
Oh, man. I think he's trying to hit on that woman there.
That woman, that woman's not having it. That little boy's not having it. No one wants anything to do with Tommy Jr.
No, Tommy Jr. not a friend to the fans at all. And Lloyd coming in here to make that known.
Going into the crowd here. Anyone who paid for those cheap seats is getting a front row seat to, a couple elbows getting dug into the sternum of Lloyd Legacy. And a big back headbutt. Dirty tactics.
Look at this crowd. They are, well, let's just say they're not rendered.
They are not rendered immobile. They are reacting to everything that these two men are putting on each other.
They certainly are. Oh.
We'd also like to thank the Clone Bank for providing a lot of our audience. The Clone Bank. When you're bankrupt in money, but flush in audience. Big back elbows to Tommy Jr. Huge European uppercut. Tommy reverses. And these men just slugging it out here. They've said to hell with it with slams and scoops. They're just putting fists, knees, forearms all over each other.
It's just breaking down at this point as they're just making their way all the way across the seating.
As you can see, this pay-per-view viewable from the Constellation Orion, as we'd like to thank all of our space viewers.
I think Hugh Gani helped us set that up.
For all of our intergalactic viewers, Teng Chong Tuwatsuwaga.
Almost dipped into Chinese there.
I almost did.
Oh, you do know 6 languages, Mike, and that's why I find you so impressive.
Thank you. I know the name of 6 languages, to be clear.
Me too.
These two men just striking each other repeatedly across the chest, across the back, just waiting for the other man to fall.
The people in the front row seem to be, well, they're not watching, except for that one guy.
A lot of these fans refuse to get out of their seats. They came for a wrestling match, not to see a barroom brawl. Oh, Lloyd Legacy hurled into the barricade.
Bunch of purists, this crowd, but tell you who's not purist. Tommy Jr. is. He's just trying to get a one-up on Lloyd in any way possible, but he gets sent into the barricade there.
These two men just slugging it out. Headbutts, back elbows. Men in pink shirts who appear in multiple spaces. What else is going to happen tonight?
Well, we haven't. Most of our gift shop is just plain colored shirts.
Hermetically sealed, individually packaged. You know that if you're out of clothing and you want to see a wrestling show, hit up QAW. Laundry is for losers as Tommy Jr. looks to put a loss on Lloyd Legacy, who battles back.
Making our way back to our ringside meeting room.
My stuff's in there.
Oh, it's your stuff this time. No. Where is it?
It's everywhere as Lloyd Legacy looks to put Tommy Jr.'s face everywhere with that strike. Tommy Jr. backs him up and through a couple chairs.
Into the chairs.
Lloyd Legacy busted open.
No.
Tommy Jr. drawing blood on his former mentor. But Lloyd Legacy brings him up. My God, a wrestling hold. The crossface.
Is Tommy Jr. going to tap?
This crowd couldn't care less, but is Tommy Jr. going to give up?
Literally saw a woman shrug her elbows, shrug her shoulders there. That's what you shrug is. Oh, no.
Whoa!
Oh, impressive.
Tilt-a-whirl arm drag through a table. And this crowd stunned into silence.
That might have really just shifted the momentum in Tommy's favor.
Big punch to the large of the back of Lloyd Legacy. Tommy Jr. dragging him around.
You can do other moves, guys.
Lloyd fighting out of it. He's sticking with what works, and what works is punching Tommy in the back and dragging him around. Anything you can do, I can do. Boring.
He's trying to decide where to go. Make a choice.
These two men, maybe they got used to the cushy AstroTurf. They don't want to be slammed on this hard outside. They've made a gentleman's agreement not to slam each other.
I mean, there might still be some respect left between these two. Maybe not all love has been lost.
Perhaps not. Lloyd Legacy headbutts the back of the head of Tommy.
Interesting.
Nothing
strategy.
says I love you like a headbutt.
He headbutts him all the way back into this ringside area.
Sends him straight over the barricade. Are we going to see this match end on the outside, on the inside? Are we going to see this match end?
The twist of fate on the outside.
Twist of fate, sproing goes the face of Lloyd Legacy.
They were saving those moves when they got back inside.
Not quite grass, not quite a moon bouncy house. It's the outside of the QAW ring.
We're finally back in the ring. What's Lloyd got planned here?
Well, he wasn't planning for that jawbreaker as... Oh, Tommy Jr. brings him down.
Come on, Lloyd.
Lloyd whips his former protege into the corner. Brings him down. And a big Vader bomb from Lloyd Legacy.
Very impressive.
Bringing that big mass across the chest of Tommy Jr. 2. But that's not enough to keep down this little fucking pisshead.
It's fucking... Tommy!
Stay down.
No, he's going to give him the Tommy kick on Lloyd. Get up,
Tommy
Lloyd.
Kick. It brings Lloyd down. Is this enough? 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
Well,
this piece of shit's victorious.
Well, fuck. Tommy Jr. wins, and the legacy of Lloyd Sharp has just got another watermark on it.
After 10 minutes of punching and shoving, these two men finally decide to fight like men, and Tommy Jr. being the taller man tonight.
I mean, you have to give it up for Tommy as far as the resiliency. He's lost, but he keeps coming back. He keeps fighting. He puts in a good effort, and finally picking up a victory over his former mentor tonight.
When he finally got up the gall to actually use wrestling moves on the outside, Tommy Jr. leveraging that momentum to get a victory over Lloyd Legacy. And folks, we promise to be more impartial for the rest of the matchups tonight, but God, that piece of garbage gets under my skin.
Gets under mine as well. Just look at the arrogance there. Tommy Jr. just thinking he's God's gift to QAW. Let's hope that the rest of the night goes a bit more fanfare-y.
Fanfare indeed. If you bought a ticket for the QAW ferry, stick around.
When it's time to party, we will party hard.
I'll tell you, Iron Pete, if I'm being honest, man, I'm getting a little frustrated out there. We're just kicking too much ass, you know what I'm saying?
I am hearing what you're saying, Big Daddy. We're getting out there in the ring and we're facing any challenger who comes to us, and they don't even pose a challenge. We've been taking them down one by one.
And I'm thinking to myself, how can we make this more interesting for the fans? How can we make it so that we don't know whether we're going to win before the match even starts?
I like where you're coming from on this, Big Daddy. I'm getting excited. And when I'm getting fired up, That means there's going to be a great match coming. I can feel it right now. I can see this, right? Okay, come with me here, right? We beat the Uranus boys. Devlin's Advocate, right? We beat them. Gave them a 1, 2, 3, right? We beat All Access. TV and D Heller, Brian Rock Moonbest. Took them out, no problem.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
That was great. You were great in that match, man. You were great in that match.
You were great. You were great.
You were great. But here's what I'm thinking. What if we took them on at the same time? All of them, all in the ring with us. We take them both on. We take them both down simultaneously.
And we fill the ring with all sorts of crazy stuff. I'm talking ladders and chairs and tables, whatever they want.
Now you're speaking my language. I'm liking this. I'm getting fired up. I'm ready to get out there. I'm ready to get out there and mess it up. What do you think, Big Daddy? What do you say?
Oh, let's go do it. Let's go do it now that we got us a real challenge. Let's go do it and take care of business, Iron Pete. What do you say?
Chuncles for life, man.
Chuncles for life.
I don't want to be a chicken, just like CHUNCLE. I just want to kick their ass, clap, 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 clap. I don't want to be a chicken, just like CHUNCLE. I just want to kick their ass, clap, clap, clap. I don't want to be a chicken, just like CHUNCLE. I just want to kick their ass, clap, 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 clap. I don't want to be a chicken, just like CHUNCLE. I just want to kick their ass, clap, 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 clap. The Uranus boys and All Access are now engaged in a human friendship. We are currently Americans that are sick of these aliens colonizing our American ways. Together we will bond and win the tag title. Oh yeah, and I'm not from Saturn.
TV&D here, with my boy Brian Rock Moonbez as All Access, getting ready for our essential business ladder match for the Tag Team Championship. And we're just taking a minute here to reflect on our journey since we went live for streaming 2 matches back. It's been quite a road for us. We started out against CHUNCLE with our hopes high in the sky. They smacked us to the ground. Took that L.
And then we matched up with those Space Boys. And boy, do those Space Boys bring us back down to Earth. But there's no better place that I'd rather be than right here, down on Earth. Because where else would you rather be when it's time to climb a ladder on Saturday for the Tag Team Championship? Well, Space Boys, touche for tonight. You earned yourself a free month of Woo Pass on behalf of us.
We'll get it rush delivered right to your doorsteps. Contact free, don't you worry. And with that, we've taken our 2 L's. And that's all we've got space for in All Access. There are no more L's in our name. There are no more L's in our future. For a championship.
And in tag team action, we have a special treat, a triple threat TLC match between the champions CHUNCLE, All Access, and the Uranus boys.
We've seen ladder matches, we've seen a lot of drama around a chair, but we have yet to see ladders and chairs combined with tables in one single match.
It's a terrible threesome that's gonna come to bear. You better say yeah, because here comes CHUNCLE.
Or you mean All Access?
Yep, coming soon.
Yes, coming soon. All Access to the ring. They've made quite an impact here in the tag division. I don't Well, they haven't had a victory under their belt yet. They did challenge CHUNCLE for the championship coming up short and then losing to the Uranus boys on Thursday, but they still acquitted themselves quite well, if you ask me.
They're arguably the hardest working tag team in QAW, and while they haven't found victory yet, they've found a fan base that is very much looking forward to them funding a cure for this pandemic.
Yes, you really cannot cheer against these two, as TVD bringing his white collar to this show.
He's wearing his essential business blazer and looking excellent, and of course Brian Rock oiled up for action.
Oiled up and ready.
Oh, and we all know that familiar guitar beat straight from South Earth, at least half of them. It's the Uranus boys.
Uranus boys, still a bit of an odd team, but you gotta love them. They're just charming. We have a man who's definitely a human and an angry goth emo. I don't really know what the kids call them, but they've quickly become fan favorites, and they've had a bit of a long-standing history with CHUNCLE during the history of this company.
The kids call him Anthony, from what I understand, or at least the ones that get along with him and like his particular sense of style and dramatic overtones. And not to be outdone, Andy Devlin there, still sporting that PPE helmet.
He is a fashion icon here on Earth, definitely nowhere else, and he's quickly becoming one of my favorites.
That's a heck of a statement when we have a packed roster full of wizards and birds and different men who are looking to prey on things and literal animals looking to prey on different things.
There's just something about them, something about the Uranus boys. That combo of strength and agility, they got me going. You know what I mean?
They put the chocolate in your peanut butter, huh?
They certainly do. Now here coming out, the reigning defending tag team champions here in QAW, it's CHUNCLE.
Iron Pete Fenzel and Big Daddy making their way to the ring, vibrating with enthusiasm for their championship reign.
They are, and Big Daddy there sporting quite the nice quarantine stash, if you ask me.
I did ask you, and I'm glad that you repeated it when the microphones are on. He's looking very good.
He certainly is, and they are both looking great in the ring. Big Daddy, he won a triple threat match against the Falcon and the Beautiful Beast, and Iron Pete has just, I mean, these guys are consistent.
If you draw a straight line towards infamy, towards immortality, it looks a lot like the letters to CHUNCLE.
That makes total sense, and we're off.
CHUNCLE in the past, they've done very well managing their tag team matchups one-on-one, and frankly, there's a lot that's going to be happening. No tags for this one, folks. The first team to set up that ladder in the middle of the ring, grab those titles, are going to be the champions.
That's all it takes to win this match. It's simple, but it's definitely not easy, as we have, in the match name, we have ladders, tables, and chairs just scattered around ringside.
That we do, and like you said, it's certainly not easy. There's 5 different people, 4 if you count your partner, that are going to be getting in the way of you winning this matchup. Iron Pete wisely bailing out for a quick second there to catch his breath. Active cardio.
Very active. Iron Pete, probably the definition of a gym rat. Even cutting his promos from within his home gym. Iron Pete, probably one of the strongest competitors on the entire roster.
Easily, and we apologize for not calling the action directly here. There's 6 men who are punching, kicking, trying to get the upper hand on each other. Once it dies down a bit, like, oh, the leg dragon move, screw leg whip. We're going to get that play-by-play action you've been craving.
Absolutely. TVD bringing the ladder into the ring.
And bringing down any opposition. Brian Moonves recovering there. Looks like Iron Pete setting up Andy Devlin for something big. And it's a right hand. Down goes the spaceman, assumedly.
A big right hand. On Iron Pete, he might be looking to just whacking Brian Rock in the back of that ladder.
Indeed, he is bringing it crashing down on the legs of Brian Rock. Oh, and a big suplex there to Anthony Zanfrelli as he just bounces off the table. CO is down.
Everything in this match is you can use as a weapon. These men just literally smacking each other with tables and ladders.
Front face lock suplex there from Iron Pete to TVD. We almost had a duel of tables as they were making their way in. It's even more chaotic with weapons, folks. Andy Devlin stomping away on Big Daddy.
Ruthless.
And Zio has a ladder. And TVD's on Iron Pete. There's so much happening.
Zio throwing down the ladder, not ready to set it up just yet.
No, he wants to put his fists on TVD, who puts his knee on his chin. Oh, and Big Daddy brings down Andy Devlin. Iron Pete working over TVD. Brian Rock Moonves, the smart one, catching his breath on the outside.
Looks like CHUNCLE's trying to establish ring dominance early, as they're the only full team in the ring.
Setting a frenetic pace that few people would be able to keep up with. Their heart rates would be redlining, but Iron Pete, resting heart rate of, reading this correctly, 112 at all times.
Wow, that's either great or horrible, I'm not sure.
He might be dead, but he's still moving in there. Oh, Big Daddy brought down with an iron leg sweep there.
You'll see.
TVD making his way back in.
You'll see on the outside there. Oh, TVD.
Oh my God!
Devlin's Advocate set up that ladder for something, but then Zio's getting thrown on top of it.
If Zio isn't quick to get off of there, he could go crashing through that metal. He might be taken out of this match as a factor entirely.
This isn't a great place to take a rest, as Iron Pete contemplating in the corner.
He's sucked into that tractor beam that it looks like Andy Devlin set up yet again.
Devious. Zio's off the ladder.
Big Daddy thinking to himself, how best do I win this matchup? Taking his time getting back in as Iron Pete gets worked over by Brian Rock.
Nothing wrong with taking your time at the start of these matches. It's a process setting up that ladder. It's not the most innate thing.
Not at all. You saw TVD go tumbling out onto a ladder there. Zio is nearby. Now Andy Devlin bouncing the chair face first off of Big Daddy.
Oh.
Now Brian Rock getting set up. Oh! Iron Pete sacrificing his body, coming all the way through the ropes, landing on the ladder, and Brian Rock's, his throat has been bisected, I dare say.
You're going to see Brian Rock for a bit. He might have to take a nap outside. It's Iron Pete grabbing that ladder again.
Oh, hitting Andy Devlin in the ass with that ladder.
His ass.
My God, a lot of ass play in QAW, and oh, Big Daddy looking to crunch the face in of TVD.
We do have a number of ass-based moves with Zio. If he manages to bust out the Moon of Uranus on somebody, that could put them out of commission.
If you are low on iron, he will feed you some ass spinach and get you nourished.
Just call me Popeye, Mike.
Yar! Iron Pete picks up a ladder.
Oh, look at TVD!
Ascending to the top! Giant elbow drop! Zio goes crashing through the metal!
Oh my God, breaking that ladder in half, and Zio as well.
Zio is down. Brian Rock has brought down Big Daddy. All Access is in control.
All Access really, turning up the heat in this match already, like with the big moves. We're going to have to see if they can keep that momentum going.
The forecast is boiling hot action as TVD brandishing that ladder. Down goes Andy Devlin. Zio back in, spinning Hurricane Rana sends TVD down.
Look at all this ring's getting cluttered with all this hardware.
So many bodies, so many weapons. Who is coming out on top? Zio reverses TVD. Big Daddy and Brian Rock squaring off. Andy Devlin, drops Iron Pete down on the iron ladder. The irony.
Zio setting up, he's going to give a DDT on the apron.
That's the hardest part of the apron.
My God. Encrusted with diamonds from our commissioner.
It's decorative and it's deadly, just like our Commissioner Diamond David. Now Andy Devlin taking this opportunity with the ring finally cleared of everyone but Ryan Rock to climb the ladder.
The first person up that ladder. Can he grab it now? But no, Brian's scurrying up after him.
Punches him right in those otherworldly ribs, but now they're fighting at the top. Zio looking to bring down Brian Rock. What does Andy Devlin have in mind?
What is he doing?
Suplex through a table! Brian Rock is shattered!
And a TVD thrown into the ladder. Jesus, All Access just manhandled.
All Access used to be on top. They got brought crashing down to earth, and now Big Daddy has his ladder.
Are they canceled?
Oh, he's looking to cancel the breathing plan of Brian Rock. And now Iron Pete has Andy Devlin. What does he have in mind here? It's a giant swing!
Showing that Iron Pete is not unfamiliar to the swing game.
My God, his heart rate is up to 113!
Sweet, his heart might explode or stop working.
We're not doctors, we're commentators, and here comes Brian Rock taking to the skies.
Rock recovering pretty quick from that table hit. He must be running on adrenaline here, but now Iron Pete with a chair.
Oh, down goes Andy Devlin. And Brian Rock misses a dropkick.
Iron Pete ruined his plans there.
He did indeed. Brian Rock catching his breath as... Oh, Andy Devlin getting worked over with that chair as Iron Pete just throws it down on top of him. Hip toss from Andy Devlin, who's not done yet. Big Daddy and Adis trading blows. Zio is back in. Andy Devlin is out. My God, anywhere you look. Brian Rock has his hands on the title, but getting punched in the ass.
Zio's punching his ass, but now Iron Pete interfering with that. No.
Now Iron Pete punching him in the ass. The ass of Brian Rock is taking a pounding.
The only part of his body that is not protected by that oil that he covers his whole body in.
Indeed, he might even be more susceptible to ass-based striking because, like you said, there's no oil to help strikes flip off.
Take note, folks.
Oh! First contact. Down goes Iron Pete. And now it's the Uranus boys who have control of the orbit of the ring. TVAD and Big Daddy still squaring off.
Andy Devlin bringing a table there to accompany Zio's ladder, but Iron Pete's starting to make his way back to his feet.
Front face trip to Big Daddy. TVAD brings him up, sends him off the corner of the table, the hardest part of the table. Down goes Iron Pete on the inside.
Zio gave him the light. Now he's climbing up the ladder. This could be it.
That's the light. Is this light going to beam him up to championship victory? Big Daddy quickly up the ladder. Right hand across the face of Zio. And a punch to the ass, and down goes Big Daddy.
You can't climb a ladder with your ass getting hit, but now Zio dangling.
Zio dangling from the top. TVAD with a giant powerbomb.
All Access is not out yet, and then interrupting the Iron Spike there from Iron Pete.
Iron Pete making TVAD pay, but momentarily Brian Rock somehow back in this. Russian leg sweep to Iron Pete. Zio down on the outside. Big Daddy down on the outside. We have All Access at full strength from the inside. TVAD just stunned by the braggadociousness of Andy Devlin. Flipping powerbomb from Brian Rock.
The double U-turn, he calls it.
The double U puts your vertebrae back where it started. On your neck.
Oh.
Andy Devlin down, but rolls out of the way of that ladder shot.
What is this?
Brian Rock trying to work over both men. He picks up Andy Devlin, and he fights him off. TVAD going outside to work over Zio. Maybe not.
Oh.
Tractor beam!
Tractor beam
to
on
Ryan.
Moonbase. Oh, no.
Ryan is down. TVAD ladder. Big Daddy back in. Seems to be a bit of a one-upsmanship going on between Big Daddy and TVAD. They're not squaring off directly, but they both got weapons.
And Big Daddy setting up the table in the corner there. I guess maybe trying to replicate what we saw. Well, Brian Rock had thrown through it earlier in the match.
I don't know how Brian Rock is standing with all the punishment he's taking, but he's just fighting through. That's how important it is to be champion.
How are any of these men standing? Remember, Zio took that elbow drop through the ladder earlier, and now putting his Iron Pete's head into that diamond apron.
The diamond apron lacerating the forehead of Iron Pete. He's bleeding.
And look at that
irony blood. Oh! Dropping Brian Rock through. That's the second table Brian Rock's gone through.
How is he might be out at that point. Going through two tables as Devil's Advocate is barely getting up that ladder right now.
Andy climbing slowly, gingerly, but he's got the titles. Zio running defense. Iron Pete sends Zio out of the ring. Is this... a punch to the ass. He needs another one of those, or at least maybe two, to stop Andy Devlin's championship aspirations. But Brian Rock pushing the ladder away. He catches Andy Devlin. Oh, huge electric chair drop.
That's twice now that the Uranus boys have literally had their hands on the title.
But not enough to pull them down. They might be one of the fastest teams in this match, but not the strongest. Not able to pull down those tightly secured titles.
Bringing a chair into the ring, but then choosing instead. Oh, they trade off weapons.
This crowd is not happy about the Uranus. Oh, and a ladder to the face. Iron Pete down. Andy Devlin gets sent outside. Brian Rock refusing to stay down.
Give it up for the heart of Brian Rock. He has taken the most punishment in this match, and he's still going.
Indeed he is, and just dropping the ladder on the back of Iron Pete as Iron Pete's arm gets worked on by Zio. piling it onto the back of Iron Pete. Brian Rock setting up the ladder.
Oh, we just saw Big Daddy hit the keg drop on TVAD as Brian Rock is... Oh, no!
Oh, and the ladder collapses on Iron Pete.
Oh, my God.
And the chair and the ribs of Brian Rock. And a ladder off of Iron Pete. The Uranus boys are going postal.
Brian Rock getting the shit beat out of him with that chair, but he's reversing on Devlin's Advocate.
Overhead belly-to-belly suplex to Zio. Andy Devlin out of there. Uranus boys taken out of this. It's now down to... The ladder collapses on Brian. CHUNCLE retaking the ring.
God, this ladder's falling on everybody. Everybody's going to be hurt and bad.
There's splintered shards of table everywhere. They're glistening. Men who are just doing horrible things to each other. Big suplex from Zio. He's the only man left standing in the ring.
I can assure you that these are not well-made tables, folks. Those things are sharp.
Almost every man in this matchup has been busted open. There are gallons of blood unsafely being spilled all over the arena.
Well, that's what you pay extra money for those front row seats. So you're in the splash zone.
Go ahead and buy your QAW poncho online if you can.
Double U-turn
to Big Daddy. Tilt-a-whirl slam to TVA-D. Who wants it more? Is it Brian Rock? Is it Iron Pete? Is it Zio? Which team is going to win this one? Crucifix bomb to Iron Pete. Big Daddy down on the outside. Andy Devlin bleeding, assumedly human blood.
Brian Rock.
Rolling German suplexes from Brian Rock, who is somehow finding the strength to brutalize Zio. And off the ladder! Tractor beam to Brian Rock!
And then we saw
Andy Devlin standing tall.
We saw the Weasel Woo that TVAD hit on Iron Pete out there.
A Weasel Woo on the outside, but Andy Devlin with a wherewithal to set up the ladder. Are we going to see the Uranus boys take this one? Not if Brian Rock has anything to say about it.
Throws out Devlin's Advocate. Brian Rock's the only one in the ring.
There he goes. This is his opportunity. Brian Rock spryly getting to the top of the ladder. Is this enough for All Access to be crowned new champions?
This is your chance.
He's so oily. He's got it. All Access are your winners. All Access are QAW team champions.
All Access coming, just bringing the total heat, the entire match, and Brian Rock absorbing all of that punishment, but then still getting his oily ass up that ladder to pull down those belts. Amazing.
You cannot question the heart of Brian Rock Moonves or the offensive strategic mastery of TVA-D, neutralizing opponents on the outside to clear a path for Brian Rock to make them champions.
Amazing. CHUNCLE dethroned. They were our inaugural and only QAW Men's Tag Team Champions until now. Congratulations to All Access.
All Access are tapping titles, and my God, the blood is just covering the forehead of TVA-D.
His face is covered.
He was wearing a protective headband, but that's how much he was cut open, folks. Don't go anywhere. Essential business continues as these essential men crown themselves champions. Now we're seeing Mr. Shakes backstage having some words with the clown.
What is this? It can't be.
The clown shoved Mr. Shakes. Mr. Shakes not putting up with it.
Oh my God, Mr. Shakes turning on the clown just like that.
I mean, he gave a verbal warning to the doctor, but he is not going so light. On the clown.
The vengeance of Mr. Shakes finally coming out.
He only has himself to blame. If he wanted Creative Control to be victorious, he should have helped out himself. Meteora from the clown.
The clown not taking any of that shit. He's still in recovery. He put up a good effort in that match. He's tired of Mr. Shakes' orders.
He tried to fight off the Generation 3-on-1, and now he's making Mr. Shakes pay for it. But not for long. Mr. Shakes, sends him right into the packing crate.
Mr. Shakes just so vile. So what's he going to do now? He's taking it out on the clown, who was seemingly his number 2 in Creative Control.
Seemingly that partnership has dissolved, and chop reversed there by Mr. Shakes, who sends him right into the storage crate for our Julius.
No, protect the Juliuses.
That pure frozen concentrated block of Julius is deadly to bounce off of.
Mr. Shakes is just looking to make an example out of the clown. Just failure will not be tolerated.
Maybe not. Trying to brutalize him off of the outside of those testing booths. The clown sends him sprawling, though. Picking up Mr. Shakes. Oh! Sending him into another packing crate. Mr. Shakes has the clown. Are we going to see W again? Nope. The clown fighting him off. What does he have in store for his former benefactor? Oh, he eats a huge forearm across the face.
He can't get a one-up over Mr. Shakes here.
Can't get a one-up on John Cena, who's being interviewed backstage.
John Cena, what's he doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually can't see anyone.
Oh, yep, you're right. I think that's just our interviewer, Sasha, just interviewing nobody. But no, now she runs away to avoid Mr. Shakes.
Who could blame her? Who'd want to get sucked into this tornado of violence?
I was just staring at him. What was that?
Hard to say, but we hope that Sasha is hunkering in place as the crowd... Oh, the clown sends Mr. Shakes sprawling again.
Get to a safe room, Sasha. Lock the doors.
Saw our head of security, Bill, making sure no one gets out or in through the parking lot.
He's let me in my car for weeks.
Mr. Shakes has the clown. Powerbomb! There's no AstroTurf backstage, folks. This is pure concrete. Oh! But a giant Hurricane Runner reversal from the clown.
The clown's not going to go down. He's sick of his bullshit.
The clown will not go down, but oh, it's a huge kidney shot. Sends Mr. Shakes sprawling again. Bill not caring for this at all.
Bill, not a wrestling fan. He just is trying to work. He's just trying to get that money.
All he wants is a paycheck and benefits and to be left alone.
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, but Mr. Shakes, I think he's going to try and make sure that the clown feels nothing more.
Nothing more for the clown. Who doesn't seem to be done yet. There's fight left yet in the clown.
Oh, he's still up. Mr. Shakes still trying to make an example out of him.
And gets sent hurtling into that metal door. Big back elbow. The clown building momentum.
What do you see from the clown? No.
Gets sent into the edge of the table. That corner of the table, so deadly.
Just absolutely destroying him at this point.
Picking him apart like a predator picking apart a small bird. Backbreaker. And just jamming his face into the mat. His nose is huge. That poor proboscis.
Smashing his nose. And now he's going to do it again. Feel nothing more, clown.
Mr. Shakes, nothing more. All right, apparently Brett thinks Mr. Shakes wins.
Okay.
When you put your faith in chaos, you've truly failed yourself. I'm not through with the generation. By a long shot. I mean, a diamond is just a lump of coal that can't take the pressure. But clown, you've single-handedly destroyed creative control with your chaos. Behind me always laughing. At what? What the hell were you laughing at? I've regained my sense of order because of your constant failings. And new Shakes has emerged, free of the shackles that held me down. Now you will feel my wrath, clown, and then you will feel nothing more. Bye, funny man. You'll see me soon. It's not funny.
This is the CTV Television Network.
Oh, bonjour, North America. It is Le Magnifique Nordique saying hello. And tonight, Dorval, you will say bye-bye to the New England Heritage Belt. That's right. I am no stranger to a ménage à trois, and I am always the last man to finish. So, tonight, I will finish 2 men at once. I will make a mess of the ring, and I will be the only one satisfied when I walk out with a new belt around my neck, or maybe it's over my shoulder, or on my head. Maybe I will put it on top of the mantle above my fireplace in my downtown Quebec City mansion. Either way, the greatest wrestler, you're nothing. The champion who was gifted the belt in the first place. I laugh at you. I will take that title, and then I will go up against the winner of the main event. Will it be Perjury Pilapil, or will it be one of those wise guys who won the 4-way matches? It doesn't matter. I am the champion of everything. Le Magnifique Nordique, the true king of QAW. This is step 1 in my plan, to take all of your gold, all of your viewers, all of your YouTube thumbs up, and make them mine. So say bonjour to the future, because I am coming for it. Mwah, mwah, ha 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 ha.
So there I was, ready to, whether they deserved it or not, liberate the people of New England from being represented by noted child thief Mike Diesel. Then something happened that's even worse than New England. What could be worse than New England? Oh, Canada. And not even regular Canada. French Canada. Someone from French Canada came to ruin my match for what should right now be my title. So now, the New England States Heritage Championship has been defended by running away from the talent in a steel cage and having interference from a French Canadian, which is basically a Cajun without the culinary tradition. This title needs me. This title needs the greatest guy at wrestling in the history of our great sport. It needs to be the Wrestling Heritage Championship, so that's what's going to happen. Because I'm not great at dangling from the top of a cage, and I'm not great at claiming to be French while living an ocean away from France. I'm great at wrestling.
Nordique, you are so lucky you have free health care. You ruined my match with the greatest wrestler when I was about to get my first televised victory defending my New England States Heritage Championship. Who the hell do you think you are? I had that little wimp down and ready to tap, and you bring your Canuck ass into my ring. You don't do it. Canada already tried to take the New England States 200 years ago, and now, Saturday, at Essential Business, I am gonna make you run for the hills. You're gonna hide in the Yukon, and you know what, greatest wrestler? Bring your wimpy ass along, and I'll finish the job I started, a pandemic.
And now triple threat action for the New England States Heritage Championship. Le Magnifique Nordique using his legal prowess to go ahead and find a way into this matchup as the greatest looks to unseat Dirty Mike Diesel.
Yeah, remember from Thursday, it was originally a title defense, and it was just the greatest wrestler up against Mike Diesel, but then Nordique coming in and getting Mike Diesel disqualified to insert himself into this match now tonight.
Just like a Frenchman to find an underhanded way to squirrel himself into an opportunity. That's what squirrels do, the underhanded tree fuckers.
Yeah, goddamn it, squirrels. Put your nuts somewhere else.
Yeah. Not in my America, but whatever my politics aside, Le Magnifique Nordique finding his way towards a championship opportunity.
Well, you cannot deny Nordique's presence in the ring ever since QAW started. Picking up that victory, that tag victory with Perjury Pilapil a few weeks ago, and doing very well in that Fatal 4-Way, but unfortunately losing that match to Road Rage, who will be challenging for the championship later tonight.
The morning contender Road Rage squaring off later on tonight against Mike Carr against Perjury Pilapil. The Magnifique Nordique in the greatest have a history. Before Pandemic fully got rolling, the greatest picked up his first ever one-on-one victory over Le Magnifique.
The dark match victory that Nordique seems to, well, willfully try and just deny ever happened, which in today's political climate is a very winning strategy.
Just trying to get his lawyers to strike that match from the record, but here's a man who's unashamed of his record, who's shown he'll go to any lengths to be victorious, including both maiming the Falcon and allowing another competitor into what should have been a singles match.
You know, my whole perception of the greatest wrestler really changed with that match. He's always been skilled, he's always been capable, but just that absolutely horrible injury he gave to the Falcon, this man is also just, well, cruel sometimes. He can really tap into that.
He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He's not afraid to shatter a few bones, because you could argue that snap suplex that hurt the Falcon, it may not have been intentional to hurt him, but he wrapped his arm, the Falcon's arm, around his throat and made him submit. The greatest he's really good at wrestling.
He is good at wrestling. The greatest at wrestling, he insists, and frankly, I don't really want to challenge that claim.
Not at all. Our place is here in the booth giving red hot takes.
Hell yeah.
We'd also like to thank our sponsor tonight, Red Hots, helping our takes stay hot. If you like cinnamon and your mouth on fire, Red Hots.
You know, I once combined Red Hots with a gallon of Fireball, and I was in the hospital for 4 weeks.
I know I doted on you while you were in that coma, but here's a man who'd never dote on anyone. The deadbeat father of the talent's children, Mike Diesel.
Mike Diesel, just the dirtiest player in the game, the king of old school, as Karen likes to call him. He is just, the depths that this man will go to in order to retain his title are just unheard of.
If you think there's a depth that he won't sing to, he'll be there in a submarine with his filthy glove and his horrible industrial there.
Point him towards the Marianas Trench, am I right?
You're right. Maps.
I don't know how to read.
I'm afraid of books. But Mike Diesel making his way into the ring, wearing that, again, child's decorated title, the New England States Heritage Championship. We will see if he is man enough, or maybe if he's just wily enough to retain that title against two incredibly talented in-ring athletes.
I do have to give props to Mike Diesel for upholding the long, noble, and strong tradition of a New England heritage, and he's looking to keep that strong here tonight.
Looking to keep it long, oh, well, all right, good job, Brett.
Wow, Brett really doing a great job. And Ethan holding up that belt, well done.
And Ethan kicks us off, who wisely stayed out of the action in the last matchup. We'd like to welcome Ethan back after that triple threat ladder match.
Mike Diesel trying to step outside early to let the greatest in Magnifique fight it out. Now all three is just breaking down.
Quick kicks from the greatest as he looks to ground Le Magnifique. Mike Diesel back up, flying crossbody. The Magnifique playing to the crowd already. Not a wise move to turn his back on two fierce competitors.
No, but he gets away with it.
Looking to insert himself here.
You have to imagine that.
The greatest keeping him grounded with strikes in. Huge snap front suplex. And now Mike D playing to the crowd. Who's the bigger asshole, Le Magnifique or Mike Diesel?
This really is just a triple threat of assholes, if you ask me. But you have to imagine clearly the greatest is upset with Nordique after interfering with that match. But also Mike Diesel and the greatest still have that unfinished business.
That they do. A jawbreaker to Mike Diesel had an impressive burst of offense there. Cover just a 1 count. That signature 1 count of all QAW wrestlers. Mike Diesel showing that he is not worn down yet.
If you're already on the ground, you may as well take that second to get some breath, because it does take effort to throw your opponent off.
That's Confucius, isn't it?
It certainly is. I picked up that book.
Awesome. I'm afraid of it. Put it down.
Don't worry, it's just an audiobook.
Ah! I didn't know they could evolve. And a big back suplex there from the Magnifique covering Mike D. Zol. Covers quickly.
Mike Diesel, yes.
Diesel nuts. Oh! Big back suplex there from the greatest, grounding the Magnifique.
Reminder here that in a triple threat match, we weren't really seeing this in the TLC match because of 6 competitors, but when there's just you and 2 others, you really have to just choose and pick your spots. You can jump in there for an attack, you can get out there to rest, because, well, you can really only hit 1 person at a time, if you ask me.
Right you are. Big eye rake there to the greatest. You have to keep your head on the swivel. Oh, and a neck crank.
Followed up by kick by Magnifique Nordique there. You see, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Pick your spots.
Looking to pour it on to the most fundamentally sound wrestler, the greatest, as Mike D grounds the Magnifique.
And all 3 of these competitors, not super showy, not big on flashy moves or all that. They are just technically sound, and they are good at wrestling. But are they the greatest? We'll see.
Ben Moser certainly fancies himself the greatest. The Magnifique, one of the submission masters of QAW, and Mike Diesel showing he will do anything to Boyz. Wait, quick throw shot to the Magnifique. What does Mike Diesel have in mind here?
Oh, trying to take out Nordique early.
Huge superplex to the outside, bouncing off the turf.
Oh, right off that muddy-colored AstroTurf. That might be smeared in red.
If we're lucky, it will be. Fuck the French, but the Magnifique is down. The greatest now carrying off Mike Diesel.
That almost looks romantic.
It's like the end of a famous movie. Open hand slap from greatest.
I love that movie.
Now grabbing Mike Diesel. Oh, huge 3 elbow strikes buried into the sternum there of the greatest. You know in Japanese that an elbow is an empi.
Is that what they call it?
It is indeed. Look it up. Oh, and out goes Ben Moser, spilling to the outside.
Spilling the defeat of our men's warehouse representatives, who we have not released from their contract. They have to be at all of our shows for the foreseeable future.
They understood what things said when they signed those documents.
I wrote it up myself.
Oh, running bulldog there from Mike Diesel, and I'm glad you did, and I'm glad they didn't have the foresight to read the fine print, because we own them.
Absolutely.
Snap suplex from the Magnifique, grounding the greatest. Mike Diesel working over the back of the Magnifique. Atomic drop. More ass-related offense from QAW wrestlers.
That's day 2 of training.
Oof. Day 1, how to fall safely. Day 2, the ass.
Day 3, Boston Crabs and big swings.
The Essentials as, QAW, the greatest there with a Romero special. Big surfboard stretch and, bridging into a seated dragon sleeper. Is this going to be enough?
Very impressive.
The Magnifique is in awe.
Nordique is, just taken aback by that show of skill. He's not even trying to break this up. But Diesel does.
As if he's never seen that submission before. The greatest may have impressed Nordique.
Nordique, the master of the arm drag and the abominable stretch, he might be trying to pick up a few things in this match.
The greatest very pleased with himself, but eats a backbreaker for his arrogance. Cover from 1. No, and the Magnifique unable to keep the greatest down.
Not just
kick to the back.
I mean, that smart move going for the pin there, because you have to be able to pick a time when somebody can't break it up, and now Gray's going for the pin on a 2 count. No.
Only a 2 for the greatest. Now Mike Diesel trying to... No. You question the wisdom of going for a pinfall right after a man kicks out.
It's quite a gamble.
Captured back suplex there from Ben Moser's looking to follow that up. But the Magnifique looking to Ethan out of position.
Is Ben Moser going to follow up with such great heights? No, he just hops off. Okay.
His great heights will not be spoiled by 2 men laying on top of each other. He only jumps on 1 man at a time. Mike Diesel whips on the super kick. The Magnifique with a big 2 2 big flying cross bodies.
Throwing that French ass around the ring.
Parlez-vous ass play?
I think it's ass play.
Look it up. Huge forearm shiver there from the Magnifique. Fireman's carry to the greatest. Looking to follow it up. Ben Moser rolls out. From drop toe hold to the Magnifique.
These 3 men are trying to turn it up now. We're at that point now. Everyone's starting to get a bit tired. And Mike Diesel whiffing another super kick. Hitting the third one.
Third time's a charm as he busts open the greatest. The Ben Moser face splattered all over the mat.
Oh, Nordique.
What is the Magnifique?
Oh, those brass knuckles we've seen. He pulls out the brass knuckles.
That French fucker, he's cheating. Ethan, where are you?
Ethan. Oh, but Greatest breaks it up.
Snap suplex onto Mike Diesel.
Oh, Nordique, I think he's trying to set up. He's trying to pull the Greatest Wrestler into the abominable stretch.
But Mike Diesel breaks it up.
Smart move there from Mike Diesel.
Clearing the ring, is this enough? 1, 2. No, that running dirty glove to the face, not enough to keep Matt Kona down. Oh, and a knee lift from the Magnifique. Is he going to set Mike Diesel up? No. Pins him quickly. 1, 2. No. Still the champion, the greatest, is back in, and he looks pissed. Whiffing dropkick from the Magnifique. Oh. Big running forearm. No, can't stay away from Ethan.
I didn't even see the Greatest Wrestler get busted open there, but his blood's getting into his beard.
A bloody beard can spell difficult times for a wrestler like, Ben Moser, who eats a big right hand to the side of the head and a sledge across the back.
He can barely stand. It looks like the final boss fight of Metal Gear Solid 4.
Dun, 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 dun. Here comes... Oh! Mike Diesel unable to land the sledge. Saito suplex from the greatest.
We don't normally see Mike Diesel go up top there, and we probably just saw why, missing on that axe handle.
Indeed, his offense mostly grounded, taking a big risk, and ducks that kick from the greatest. The greatest slips out of a front slam there. His kicks get reversed. Chop across the chest.
Remember,
chop
folks,
return.
There's no ring out in triple threat, but you have to pin or submit your opponent in the ring. But all 3, they must have heard me. They're back in the ring.
Correct. No disqualification either, which explains why the Magnifique was able to use those brass knuckles. 1, 2. No! Still not enough to keep Mike Diesel down. Say what you want about Mike Diesel's tactics. You can't deny his will to win.
Magnifique having a great offense there, hitting the greatest with that signature arm drag and then going for the pin. But no, now Greatest Wrestler just unloading, both of them unloading on Mike Diesel.
What a rush of offense. Kicks and punches flying furiously into Mike Diesel from the greatest. Just wearing him down, and down he goes.
Trying to take out the champion.
Big back elbow from the Magnifique. We're down to the 2 challengers here. Mike Diesel taken out of the equation so far. Is this going to be?
Nordique, he's trying to pull him. He's pulling him into the abominable stretch.
The abominable stretch. Once he lifts that leg, yes!
He's got
all the torque and leverage on the vulnerable core of Ben Moser, who powers out of it.
Oh my God, we've never seen somebody break out of that just yet.
Maybe he is the greatest. He knew exactly how to get out.
He's been looking at that tape.
That ticker tape that'll lead him to victory. The headline could read, Ben Moser, NEE States Heritage Champion. Kona whips him in.
Ooh.
Ben Moser reverses.
Mike
ducks
Diesel
the clothesline.
Just watching.
And Mike Diesel could be stealing this.
Is that it?
No, Ben Moser breaks it up. What a filthy tactic. All the work done by Ben Moser. Mike looking to swoop in. Oh.
You can't say it's not smart though. And wait now, he's got Nordique and the Iron Claw.
The Iron Claw to the Magnifique. And that's it. Picking his spot and inserting himself. The Iron Claw puts away Le Magnifique and still your heritage champion. It's Mike Diesel.
He just stole that at the end there, going the Greatest Wrestler out of the ring after he mounted that impressive comeback and then just locking Nordique in the Iron Claw. Very, again, underhanded but smart.
Incredibly wise ring generalship there. Mike Diesel picking a spot and submitting a submission master. That's no small feat.
You can be a great statistician and still a shitty person. Just look at Robert E. Lee.
Absolutely. He was great with calculators and terrible with people.
Yeah, the Civil War calculators.
Listen, they had hardtack and adding machines, not a lot else.
Here is your winner.
Still your New England States Heritage Champion, Mike Diesel, on 2 successful title defenses.
Ripping away that title indignantly from poor Ethan, and still your champion, still a deadbeat dad. It's Mike Diesel.
Don't go anywhere.
His kids can't.
Now do this. You don't care for me, I don't care about that. Live down in the fruit, I like that. I have only one burning desire. Oh, I'm gonna make it over your fire. Let me stay next to your fire. Fire, fire. Let me stay next to your fire. Burn for me fire. Let me stay next to your fire. Like fire. Let me stay next to your fire. Oh, yeah.
Am I to understand that AC Voltz is coming for me? I hope she's ready, because electricity won't be the only shocking thing.
Oh, hello. AC Voltz coming to you from the tub where I'm just relaxing after winning the QAW Women's Championship. Go me. What's that? What do you mean there's someone else I have to fight? Well, who else could I possibly have to fight? I've kicked everyone's ass. Who? Zesty Estey? I don't know her. But I guess I could kick her ass too. Might be fun. But let's be clear. I've already won the QAW Women's Tournament. Ooh. And as for Zesty Estey, well,
I still don't know what
yeah, I could kick her ass, I guess. It's probably gonna be boring, but high hopes.
Catch your breath, everyone, because it's time for QAW Women's Championship shootings between Ace and Zesty Estey.
AC Voltz has had a long road to get here to essential business. She's had to deal with the chair drama with Rainbow Brittles. She's had to overcome that attack from Hawkeye that put her in the hospital. But here she is, ready to challenge our champion.
Co-parenting can be hard enough, especially when it's furniture, so just hats off to AC Voltz for balancing both work and career.
If she doesn't give a damn about her bad reputation, here she comes.
Through a cloud of smoke generated by all the heat and all the championship aspirations, it's AC Voltz.
And again, props to AC Voltz, just that we've seen her just still training and recovery. She still may not be at 100% if you ask me. It's only been about a week and a half, so we'll have to see if she's able to stand up to that powerhouse, our champion, Zesty Estey.
Could be a bit of an underdog story. AC Voltz already giving up a bit of a height and weight disadvantage to the champion, who could look to overpower, as you said, a vulnerable AC Voltz. Coming into any matchup with an injury is difficult to overcome, but even more so when it's for a championship. The pressure is that much higher. Check your barometer, because the pressure may be too much for AC Voltz as Zesty Estey makes her way to the ring.
It's getting spicy in here.
Oof! Have an alkaline ready, a glass of milk, or maybe something a little less intense than QAW, because here comes Zesty Estey.
Zesty Estey just being absolutely dominant in the QAW women's division, destroying Rainbow Brittles in that title defense. And We haven't heard a lot from her backstage, but still, she is laser focused.
Silent and deadly, the champion stalks her way to the ring, and arguably, AC Voltz hasn't come up against anybody as powerful as Zesty Estey, the resident powerhouse in the women's division.
AC Voltz a bit more of a high flyer. That match against Hawkeye, a lot of jumps off the perch. She has yet to come face to face with just this tight Zesty.
And the rings are aflame! My God, all that oil from Brian Rock has ignited on the corners.
Somebody called a fire department.
All right, it seems to have died down on its own, thank goodness.
All right, we're good. Look at that belt.
Great job, Brett. You spelled everything correctly.
Well done, Brett. Well, it's championship, but damn it, we were so close.
Introducing the challenger.
Come on, Karen, you have this.
From Charlottesville, Virginia, AC
Yeah, almost. She is indeed from Charlottesville.
AC something. Good job, Karen.
Introducing the champion from West Newbury, Massachusetts.
City of Champions.
She is the women's champion, Zach.
Partially close again. Karen, we love you.
Can't get your tongue back, Karen. She started saying Zesty Estey and then just got stage fright.
You know, maybe her mic cut out.
Our champion, Zach. Ethan showing both women that it's in fact a championship and he's a good boy.
Yep, that belt is not made up.
He's not making it up. It's for a title. Here we go. AC Voltz trying to work over the champion immediately, who brings her down with a clothesline. AC Voltz is going to need to stick and move. As you said, more moves off of the perch to keep the champion off balance.
And she is, yeah. Just look at his size disadvantage. This is like seeing the Clown take on James Maloney from Thursday.
Takes AC Voltz down, cranking away on that side headlock, looking to wear down the challenger early. The longer this match goes, you have to think it favors the champion if AC Voltz is working with an injury.
Absolutely. Zesty, we know she's displayed incredible stamina winning that initial ladder match to become the first QAW Women's Champion. She can go.
She can go as long as she needs to, as just shakes off that second kick there from AC Voltz. Oh, and a front overhead hip toss there, impressive. And a Northern Light suplex. AC Voltz with impressive power.
Oh, all right. She's showing. She's been hitting the gym.
Whips her into the corner. Oh, just lets her run past her. A little bit of mind games being played by the champion.
I guess we know Zesty. She likes to take her time up top. She likes to scout out her opponent, get a feel for him before she really just cranks it up.
Pounding on the back of AC Voltz, who misses a forearm. She's not herself.
I think her leg may have given out there.
And as we say that, impressively bouncing off, flying Hurricane Rana from the corner.
There you go, quick recovery. Having to just make that statement like, I am not out of focus, I am here.
A quick mistake, not derailing her momentum here. She looks to put a side headlock of her own on the champion. Squeezing the life out of the head of the... Nope, Zesty reverses. Side headlock of her own, and they square off. And sends her flying over the top rope.
Oh boy.
Throat-slitting gesture there from Zesty. She's done playing around.
Well, Voltz has brought it, but again, that every single time she's going to hit that brick wall. She's going to hit that brick wall, which is literally Zesty.
Zesty with a big spine buster on the outside. Shot there to AC Voltz, who fights off the champion. Champion right back in at her, though. Just unrelenting.
Remember, we are
shot
back
there from AC Voltz.
We are back to single championship rules. You can get counted out, and you have to win by pinfall or submission here.
Oh, AC Voltz lifted up, Gorilla Press Slam. Ducking that
kick.
super kick and going for a pin. One. And out at one. AC Voltz not out of this yet. Kick there, misses. AC Voltz flipping around. Hurricane Rana.
Very impressive. Use that body against her.
The impressive just upper thigh strength to be able to hurl an opponent with just your legs. Standing Spanish Fly. AC Voltz building up momentum here. Take it to the top.
Yeah, showing that flashy stuff. No, but now
or maybe not.
She's zoning out in the corner. That tractor beam might still be active.
Oh, damn you, ND Devlin, and your otherworldly technology. bouncing the champion's wrist and hand off the mat. AC Voltz catching her breath. Maybe she was just too tired to ascend to the ropes.
She might have been. She pulled out a couple impressive moves in a row there, but that takes it out of you.
It can tire out any athlete, and nope. Avoids the champion with a front trip there, and another standing Spanish fly.
Yes.
Here we go. Is this enough? 1. No. Estey out at 1.
God, all that for a drop of blood.
Oh, AC Voltz looking to exact her pound of flesh, but may not be able to handle the spice of the champion. Stunner.
Stunner on Voltz. Is that it?
1, 2. No, AC Voltz is out. She's not stunned yet.
Zesty clearly surprised. I think that she thought she was going to get that surprise win on her there, but now we're seeing Zesty climb.
Taking a page out of AC Voltz's book. The champion up top. Moonsault from Zesty. Impressive.
Very beautiful moonsault and turning herself in midair like that.
Is this enough? 1, 2. AC Voltz is out. The champion taking a page out of the book of the challenger and almost coming up victorious.
We haven't seen Zesty go off the top rope yet before. Now, impressive.
AC Voltz with a head scissors flat from her back, and now looking to rock the champion.
Gonna put Zesty in the shocker. It feels good.
Doesn't adjust to almost be champion, to get 3 fingers closer to the title.
She's trying to set up Zesty if she can hit the lightning strike.
Lightning strikes! Is this enough?
Yes! It hits the highest point in the ring. What?
There we go. What do you know that I don't? 1, 2, 3! And that's it! Buckley, you called it. AC Voltz is our new champion.
Wow, I don't know. I just got the feeling she was doing great.
Buckley! This wasn't fixed, was it?
It certainly was not. I can assure you that Voltz has earned this. What an impressive victory there.
I swear if I find out that the fix was in, you will pay for this, Buckley. But yes, AC Voltz, assumedly, earning this on her own.
She did. Come on. When you see her climbing up there, I just got so excited.
Well, nonetheless, AC Voltz with the shocker and the lightning bolt just taking down our champion, Zesty. We have a new QAW Women's Champion.
Jeez, I don't think even Zesty was expecting that. It's just, wow. Well, a new champion, folks, a new QAW Women's Champion, and a new era, perhaps, for the division.
The face of this division is a proud mother of furniture and a proud purveyor of pain. It's AC Voltz.
She deserves it again, having to overcome a lot on her road to this championship, an injury, a child lawsuit of some sort, and just look at it, soaking it in.
Winning a battle of wills, a custody battle. You got to think Chair is very proud of her mama tonight. AC Voltz overcome with emotion there, holding the title overhead. And folks, we have still your QAW Men's Championship ahead as Perjury Pilapil squares off against Road Rage, my car.
Oh, yeah.
QAW. I've been riding a long time, and I am finally reaching my destination, and my destination is essential business. And I'm riding in to the main event, and I will tell the truth. Or better yet, I'll expose a lie, and that lie is perjury. Perjury, you have been lying to the QAW audience for too long, and I am going to set you straight. The truth will not set you free. Perjury. Road Rage will. I'll see you at Essential Business.
Just found out I have to fight Road Rage at Essential Business, the next QAW pay-per-view. I'm ready to defend my belt. I've been waiting. I've been taking up tag matches, messing around with Tommy Jr., fighting jobbers, but I'm ready to take on someone worthy of the title. And I'm glad we finally found somebody, because I've been having this target on my back all this time, and it's tiring. But you know what gets my energy up? Riding on a bicycle. I'm gonna ride my bicycle all the way to Essential Business and out the other end with the title. See you there, Road Rage.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle.
And now, fans, it's your main event of the evening. The champion, Perjury Pilapil, making his very first title defense against Road Rage, Mike Carr.
Perjury has had that championship ever since Total Shutdown, but we've had to come up with a way to come up with an opponent for him, and Road Rage doing very well over the past couple weeks, winning that first Fatal 4-Way, then beating Dapper Headclapper this past Thursday to earn the right to face Perjury now.
And it's for the men's
There's a whole murderer's row of challengers who are going to be watching this match with bated breath as they're looking to see, are they going to be gunning for Mike Carr or Perjury Pilapil? Who's going to come out ahead? Who do you got, Buckley?
It is too hard to tell. Perjury Pilapil, we may not have seen him in a title defense, but he's done very well just making easy work of Sean Carter and winning that tag match alongside Nordique. But then again, Road Rage just proving to be both smart and just strong, so I don't really know.
One of those big, beefy boys you like so much.
Certainly, he's as beefy as that bike in a pile of steak. I'm horny.
What a refined palate from the Virgin Buckley Swantoon.
Yes, sir. Who do you got?
Well, I gotta say that Perjury Pilapil's been a hell of a sponge in QAW. He was the first ever QAW Royal Rumble. He's been successful in using the finishing moves of other QAW wrestlers. I think that he's going to bring something to the table that Mike Carr is going to be hard-pressed to keep up with. It could be some Perjury Pilapil we've seen from him. It could be something we've seen from another wrestler. I don't know if the variety of Perjury Pilapil's offense is something Mike Carr can overcome.
A regular taskmaster here in QAW.
He's able to absorb the skill of others around him and make himself better. Is he dynamic enough to overcome the challenge?
A regular taskmaster, a regular Shang Tsung, just a man of 1,000 moves.
Is he going to take the soul of Mike Carr in addition to taking away his championship dreams? We'll see.
Fatality. There he is, our champion. Wearing that belt proudly and nobly, if you ask me. Just a great presence here on the show.
He brings a lot of pomp, a lot of circumstance to the ring, wearing that Spartan headgear. This man, if he were dropped into Greek times, would clearly lead a Spartan army into battle.
He certainly would. He looked damn good in it.
If there was a bottle deck that this man had to defend in a phalanx, he would be dripped in the blood of his enemies.
How does that line go? Give them nothing, but take from them everything. And that's what Perjury is doing here tonight, in his mind.
Let them eat cake.
That's it, that other great 300 quote, yes.
Perjury Pilapil there, pointing to all of his adoring fans. His trip to Japan cut short thanks to the global pandemic, and we'll see if he's able to focus all of his energy towards a successful title defense tonight.
Yes, thank you, coronavirus, for giving us this defense now.
It's nice when a virus gives back.
It certainly is. And again, championship.
QAW Men's Champion.
Challenger.
Championship,
from
Brett.
Boston, Massachusetts.
He's working on
in
it.
at 263
Come on, Karen.
pounds.
See if Karen gets us.
The Anarchist.
I mean, in some circles.
Not even close.
In some circles, perhaps.
Introducing the champion.
Come on,
from
Karen.
Boston,
He's the champ.
Massachusetts. Weighing
He's
in
from.
at 209 pounds. He is the men's champion.
Nice.
Pitbull.
Oh.
She call him Pitbull?
She certainly did. Perjury Popple, a known Pitbull fan, but that's certainly not his ring name, Karen. But we love you.
Dale, Karen. Dale.
And Ethan again assuring that that is indeed a belt, and this is indeed not in our dreams. But it certainly feels like it is.
Ethan, the good boy that he is, showing the title to both people. Of course, Perjury Plopple knowing that it's real. My car wanting to it for him. And we are off! The first ever main event of Essential Business. DDT from the champion!
Immediate big move there.
Grounding the much larger, my car down, who takes him over with a hip toss. Grabs the champion ducks underneath.
Ooh.
Oh!
But
Lifts
again,
him up, brings him down.
Again, you cannot discount the strength of Perjury Plopple. We've seen him throw around opponents 2-3 times his size.
Pound for pound. Oh, maybe the strongest wrestler as he has his back broken over the knee of my car. My car comes out behind, clubbing blows to the back of the head. Perjury ducks underneath. Big flying forearm. These men evenly matched, despite, as you can see here, a huge size differential, but height isn't everything.
You probably have to give the stamina bonus to Perjury as well. Just a mix of all styles, jumping off the rope, running off the ropes, jumping off the turnbuckle even. He might have to use that in order to overcome the larger opponent in Road Rage. Oh, and a big forearm!
Is this enough? Cover 1. Not even a 1. Perjury, the champ, out at 1. Sort of.
Sort of.
Oh, a back suplex reversed into a bulldog. I've never seen that kind of counter before.
Impressive. Again, the technical skill of Perjury not to be outdone.
The creativity of the champion who just comes at you from every kind of angle. Lifts up my car, my God! Into a powerbomb position. That's a 750-pound man! Oh, buckle bomb!
Carrying him across the ring, and again, Mike, your mastery of numbers is unrenowned.
Thank you, I say what I feel. Oh, and a gutbuster to Perjury Pilapil.
Oh.
These men trading bombs early. Whips into the ropes. Oh, big splashing clothesline there to the back of Perjury. Boot to the midsection. What does my car have in mind here? Pile driver.
The full throttle pile driver on Perjury.
Is he looking to put the champion away early?
I don't know. I think he in his head. Oh, he might be trying to hit him with the emergency brake. And he does.
And he's able. The champion's down. This could be it. My car's zeroing in. 1, 2. But no, the champion is out. 2 huge shots from my car.
Just the resiliency of Perjury Plopple, withstanding those 2 consecutive blows to the head.
Kicking off the challenger. He's going to have to dig deep, folks, and it looks like he's going to.
Trying to get that momentum, and now just starting. Come on. Starting to come back here.
Clotheslines and a huge drop kick to my car. Perjury Plopple feeling the energy of this audience. And the crowd doesn't seem to be on his side. They might be Road Rage fans as he counters into a huge rock bottom.
Road Rage stopping that momentum now, much to the, I suppose, the cheers of the audience. He's trying to get some leverage.
Wait, he's cheating to try to beat the champion and only a 1.
Oh, a little bit of, I mean, we do know that Road Rage is a bit of a bar fighter. He's here to win.
Fighting a little bit dirty. That's how much a championship win means to Mike Carr, to be the face of this pandemic promotion as the champion takes it.
See him do.
Perched up top, Perjury begging Road Rage to get back to his feet. He wants him to see this coming. And a huge crossbody. A glancing blow, but this could be enough to keep my car down. 1. No, and out at 1.
Oh, he might be cranking into second gear now.
You can hear the gears shifting as my car grabs a hold of the champion. The champion slaps him away like a petulant child. Back elbow, forearm shiver.
And a haluva
and a huge
kick.
Face wash.
Just busting the haluva, just busting it out of nowhere. He's going for the pin.
We've seen that from Gentleman Doug. Again, Perjury Plopple borrowing moves from other wrestlers who found success here in QAW, but that's not enough to beat my car.
Ooh. Think of all those moves that he knows. Perjury has quite an affinity for the haluva kick. We've seen him bust it out on numerous occasions.
Yes, we have. Oh, he's cranking the arm over the shoulder. My card now picking up the champion. electric chair capture drop as the champion clutching his back in pain.
And again, Road Rage staying as if in a trance. He's trying to figure out what he has to do next. He's got to time this perfectly.
Staring a hole in the champion, just plotting his next move as the champion looks to get back to his feet. Mike Carr, he was waiting for him.
Busting out another full throttle.
Full throttle pile driver. One of the moves he used to soften up the head clapper last week.
He's trying this again. No!
No! The e-brake sticks and stalls. The champion sends Mike Carr out.
Oh my goodness. Perjury, he saw it coming this time. He wasn't about to let himself get hit twice.
Impressive, able to absorb the impact of that pile driver. Now back to his feet. Oh! Learning a bit from his bouts with Tommy Jr., now sending Mike Carr into a table.
Use that environment as a weapon. We saw that earlier in the TLC match. And you got to do anything you can to win.
And now Mike Carr is busted open. There's been so much blood spilt tonight.
Our cleaning crews are working overtime.
Make sure you strap on that latex, folks, and I do mean gloves.
I mean condoms.
You would, Buckley, you would.
Yes.
Now shot to the ribs there. Mike Carr hoisting up Perjury Pilapil. Oh, a wasteland drop and right into a stretch muffler.
Very impressive.
An impressive chain of moves, and Mike Carr feeling very confident. Could be closing in on a victory, he thinks.
He's trying to pick this up. He's trying to get some momentum going.
This could be it. He could be stalling out the championship reign of the champion. Oh! And a big running bulldog. The champion's down.
Impressive sequence there.
Road Rage pouring it on.
As he looks to ride into the sunset.
He rides the champion into the sunset. The champion is down. Is this enough? Ethan's in position. 1, 2. No! The champion's out.
Oh my God. How much more punishment can Perjury take?
That's what Mike Carr has to be wondering as he looks to capitalize here. No! Another e-brake misses.
It's just not working. Perjury falling down. Maybe it was a glancing hit.
Missing that drop kick.
Impaler DDT.
An Impaler borrowing from one of the greats, Edge. And Alex Riley.
And Gangrel.
1, 2. No! More surprise offense, but not enough to stall out the engine of Mike Carr.
How? It's so many near falls. I think Perjury's taken it back. What can he do other than just kick in his face?
Just, kicking away at the face. Mike Diesel fights him off. Sends him into, Mike Carr fights him off.
Road Rage here. Just what do either of these opponents have left?
Kick to the midsection. These two men just staggering around on their feet, but Perjury building up steam.
Perjury trying to get something going here. Ooh!
Was able to ricochet his entire body off of the back of Mike Carr. Follows it up. Big back elbow. The champion has the challenger off balance, wipes the sweat off of his face, maybe the blood as well of Mike Carr off.
Perjury has Road Rage literally against the ropes right now, and he's setting up. He might be trying to put him away.
What move is he going to bust out of his repertoire? No, Mike Carr fights him off.
He reverses the Impaler DDT.
What does he have?
What is this?
It's a gory special. He's looking to submit the champion.
Is he?
That's it.
Perjury Perjury submits the gory special. We have a new QAW Men's Champion, Road Rage.
Of all the surprise moves that Perjury Pilapil could have pulled out, Road Rage pulls out a submission surprise of his own. And that's it, just stretching out the champion until the champion could take no more.
What a great move there by Mike. We've never seen Road Rage pull out the gory special before, and that must have been his whole plan. Bust out a move that Perjury didn't even know of.
He was successful with pile drivers in this match, but maybe the champion was thinking that he could grit his teeth and survive through another pile driver, but let himself get stretched in that gory special, and that's it. Mike Carr is your QAW champion.
Wow, congrats to Road Rage, making his way through the fatal four-way, beating Dapper Headclapper, a very fierce competitor, withstanding all this punishment from our inaugural men's champion. But now the Road Rage journey begins.
From bar fights to the penthouse, Road Rage has shifted into the highest gear possible, and that is your winner, World Heavyweight Champion of the men's division, Mike Carr.
That has been Essential Business, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday. Catch us again on Thursday and every Thursday after that for our weekly show, Pandemic, as we enter into a new era for the company.
We thank you so much for viewing. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe, smash all of those social buttons, and we'll see you next time. From Buckley Swantoon
and Mike Mann,
this has been QAW. Catch the fever!
Love you.